If you are currently driving a Chevy Equinox, or if you are about to walk into a dealership and sign the papers for one, I need you to stop everything and watch this video first. Because what Consumer Reports just revealed about this SUV after surveying over 380,000 real vehicle owners is not just alarming, it is the kind of information that could save you thousands of dollars, weeks at a dealership service bay, and one of the worst car buying regrets of your life. The Equinox is one of America's best-selling compact SUVs. Chevrolet moved over 274,000 of them in 2025 alone, nearly 250,000 buyers. And here is the brutal truth none of those buyers knew before they signed. According to Consumer Reports' most comprehensive reliability testing of 2026, the 2025 Chevrolet Equinox finished dead last. Not near the bottom, not toward the bottom, dead last. Out of 20 compact SUVs tested, the Equinox came in 20th place. That is position 20 out of 20. And the reasons why? Transmission faults, body control module failures, electronic system breakdowns. These are not cosmetic complaints. These are the mechanical organs of a vehicle, and they are failing not on old high-mileage cars, but on brand new Equinoxes with under a few thousand miles on them. Stay with me through this entire video because I'm going to show you exactly what is wrong, exactly what owners are experiencing right now, what the data actually says about your money, and what you should buy instead. This is not my opinion, this is what the numbers prove. And if you are new here, make sure you hit subscribe and tap the bell because on this channel, we go through the real data, the hard numbers, the owner stories that the manufacturers do not want you to see so that you can make the smartest car buying decision of your life. Welcome to ADIF Cars. Let us start with the verdict first, so we are all completely clear on what we are talking about. Consumer Reports runs the most rigorous vehicle reliability study in America. They do not take money from manufacturers. They do not accept advertising. They survey real car owners. In 2026, that survey covered over 380,000 vehicles. And they ask them a simple question: what broke on your car? The answers from Chevrolet Equinox owners were not pretty. The 2025 Equinox, which is the brand new 4th generation model that was just redesigned, ranked dead last among all 20 compact SUVs in Consumer Reports reliability evaluations. The only category in the entire list that scored worse. The last place finisher in a class that includes every major competitor from every country on Earth. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, okay, but how bad could it really be? These are probably just minor complaints. Let me walk you through exactly what minor means to Chevrolet. Consumer Reports specifically called out transmission faults as the dominant issue. Not occasional stiffness, not a slight delay when you change gears. We are talking about transmission computer failures, severe fluid leaks, the kind that require pulling the entire transmission out of the vehicle to repair. Problems with shifting sensors and software that leave your car either lurching between gears or refusing to engage properly. And then there's the body control module. The BCM is not a small component. It's the brain of your vehicle's electronic systems. It controls everything from your door locks to your dashboard alerts to your lighting systems. When this fails, and it has been failing on the Equinox, the car does not know what is happening to itself. Multiple recalls have now been issued specifically targeting body control module software failures in the 2025 and 2026 Equinox. This is not a coincidence, this is a pattern. Let me tell you about a real owner. This person bought a brand new 2025 Equinox. 3 months in. 3 months, not 3 years, not at 100,000 miles, 3 months after purchase. They drove it to the dealership with infotainment blackouts, OnStar failures, and total loss of GPS functionality. When the dealer checked the vehicle, the exact words from the shop were, "GM is aware of the problems these vehicles are having. They do not have a repair for it." You read that right. A $30,000 plus brand new vehicle, and the manufacturer's own dealer network did not have a fix. The owner was told they were basically driving a $30,000 blank screen on wheels. No radio, no Sirius XM they were paying for, no charging status, no connectivity, nothing. But here is where it gets even more interesting. Another owner, someone who has purchased 10 different Equinox models between 2007 and 2026, filed a complaint directly with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Their 2026 Equinox RS developed a severe gear selector problem. The steering column shifter requires multiple attempts to engage the correct gear. They specifically noted that when approaching a car wash, the vehicle could not shift from drive to neutral, putting direct strain on the transmission. This person bought 10 Equinoxes. 10! And their conclusion was that this latest generation represents what they called poor design with a gear selection on the steering column. And now let us talk about the safety issue that should concern every single person who has a child in the back seat of an Equinox right now. Multiple owners filed complaints with NHTSA describing the automatic emergency braking system activating without warning. One owner described driving at 45 miles per hour when the SUV's emergency brakes engaged without any obstacle in front of them. Their exact words, "It scared me and my passengers. The person behind me was even more scared." This is not a software quirk. This is a car that decided to stop on a highway while you were moving at speed. And the fix? A software update that the dealer may or may not have performed on your specific vehicle. Before we keep going, if this information is giving you value, if this is saving you from a decision you are about to make, go ahead and hit the like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel reach more buyers who need to know this before they spend their money. Now let's get back into it. Here is what really matters beyond reliability, and this is the number that will shock you the most. The Chevrolet Equinox loses 49.6% of its value in 5 years. Nearly half. Gone. According to IC Cars analysis, if you buy a new Equinox today and sell it in 5 years, you have lost almost half of what you paid. Now compare that to the Honda CR-V, which loses only 34.5% of its value over the same period. That's a 15 percentage point difference. On a $30,000 Equinox purchase, that gap represents thousands of extra dollars that simply evaporate from your net worth. Not because the car aged, not because of mileage, but because the market does not want used Equinoxes the way it wants used CR-Vs or RAV4s. And that brings us to the core question: why are people buying this car in the first place? And the answer is actually fair. The Equinox has one genuine advantage: price. At $28,800 to start, it's one of the cheapest entry points into the compact SUV segment. It comes loaded with features right out of the base trim: heated seats, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless charging, dual-zone climate control. On paper, it looks like a bargain. Sounds pretty good, right?
But here is what that bargain actually costs you on the other side. The Equinox's 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine produces 175 horsepower and gets a combined 27 miles per gallon. The Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, 43 miles per gallon combined. That is not a small gap. That is a completely different category of fuel efficiency. Over 5 years of driving, the fuel savings alone on a RAV4 Hybrid compared to a gas Equinox can add up to thousands of dollars, money you thought you saved by buying the cheaper car at the front end. And there is no hybrid option for the standard gas Equinox. What you see is what you get: a 1.5-liter engine with no electrification, no upgrade path, and fuel economy that makes every single trip to the pump a reminder of the decision you made. The RAV4 sold nearly 480,000 units in the US in 2025. The Honda CR-V sold over 403,000. The Equinox sold 274,000. The market is telling you something with those numbers. People are choosing reliability and long-term value over upfront savings. And yet, Chevrolet keeps positioning this vehicle as though it competes with those two head-to-head, when Consumer Reports has made it absolutely clear that on the one metric that defines whether you will regret your purchase 5 years from now, reliability, it finishes dead last in the entire segment. Let me give you the final picture in numbers, because numbers do not lie, even when marketing departments do. The Equinox, 20th place out of 20 in Consumer Reports reliability, 49.6% depreciation over 5 years, 27 mpg combined.
150 plus NHTSA complaints on the 2025 model alone, a body control module recall covering 81,000 vehicles in January 2026, a transmission computer recall, a brake system control module recall, a tire tread separation recall on certain 2025 and 2026 models, an infotainment system that the manufacturer's own dealers openly admitted they cannot fix. Now, contrast that with the alternatives. The Subaru Forester, Consumer Reports' recommended compact SUV for 2026, starts at $31,445, delivers better reliability scores, retains its value significantly better, and comes with standard all-wheel drive across all trims. The Honda CR-V, ranked #1 out of 19 best small SUVs by iSeeCars, loses 34.5% of value versus the Equinox's 49.6% and delivers superior fuel economy without even going hybrid. The Toyota RAV4, nearly 500,000 sold in 2025 for a reason, with hybrid efficiency that makes the Equinox look like it belongs to a different decade of engineering. The Equinox is not a bad-looking vehicle. It is not uncomfortable to sit in. The technology in the cabin is genuinely impressive for the price. But a car is not a hotel room. You do not just live in it for one night and move on. You sign a loan, you pay insurance every month, you rely on it to start in the morning, you trust it with your family, and when something goes wrong, you pay, with time, with money, and with the sinking feeling that you should have done more research. GM sold 274,000 people the 2025 Equinox, and Consumer Reports, after surveying hundreds of thousands of real owners, told those people what they paid for: the least reliable compact SUV on the entire American market, dead last in 2026. That is not a talking point, that is data, and data is the one thing a dealership pitch cannot override. So here's my honest verdict, and this is what you came here for. If you're on a tight budget and the Equinox is genuinely the only option within your number, I understand. But if you have any flexibility at all, even a few $100s a month more, the Subaru Forester, the Honda CR-V, and even a certified pre-owned RAV4 will protect your money, your time, and your peace of mind in ways the Equinox simply cannot in 2026. Smart money buys engineering and long-term dependability, not the illusion of a deal that comes apart the moment the warranty clock starts ticking. I want to hear from you right now. Are you currently driving a 2025 or 2026 Equinox? Have you experienced any of these transmission or electronic failures personally? Drop your exact situation in the comments below. The mileage it happened at, what the dealer told you, whether they fixed it. Your story might be the thing that saves someone else from the same mistake. Every comment you leave helps this community make smarter decisions together. And if you want to see the full breakdown of which compact SUVs Consumer Reports actually recommends buying in 2026, the ones that finish at the top of that list instead of the bottom, that video is coming next. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. I'll see you there.